You know, they say, well, put hay, mulch hay around, then they don't get so many rotten ones. The only thing is, then you get those slugs, and you get.
Oh yeah.
You get, it takes them longer to ripen, and I don't know, 6 one, half dozen other. Did you come for a beer?
Oh, I did. Do you have some?
Well, I'll look, I'll check. You know, I've got a new batch, only bottled yesterday. It's probably flat, but I'd like to taste it.
We'll give it a shot.
Well,
this is pretty good. I like this.
You think it'll be okay, huh?
I think it'll be just fine.
This is what it's supposed to be like. This is light.
Yep.
This is my light summer brew.
Yeah.
Light,
nice.
Mellow. No, I mean, I wanted it mellow, but I didn't put as much malt in. I wanted a light, heavy-looking beer. But that sounds cockeyed. I know what I mean. I know what it tastes like. This looks like a dark beer, but it's awfully light. Exactly.
Not so loud.
Exactly. I'm getting like my mother. She used to talk so loud. Okay. Haka, yes. Universal, excellent. You know, when everything else fails, we used to get this stuff out. I remember this. And, you know, you'd try all sorts of combinations. You'd throw up your hands, and then you'd put this stuff on, and it was okay. It wasn't perfect. Didn't ice up. You know, that's number one. You don't want anything to, you know, you put this on in these crappy conditions. Dry, falling snow on a wet track, or snowball snow, and put it on thin. Sometimes you had to put it over, you know, you're in a rush, you had to put it over what you had already on, and so then, you know, if it worked, you didn't know why. That was the problem. We never started with this, but we would you come into it sooner or later. But good wax. I think it's Finnish, Finnish wax. First time we saw it, we thought somebody else was using it. We thought, oh, secret wax. Well, hell, the tourists were using it in Finland long before I ever went to Europe. So that's about it. It's tarry. You know, I think you can smell the tar in it, and they probably none of that fancy stuff. Yeah. Oh yeah, sure. That's none of the fancy stuff. None of the synthetics or none of the chemicals they put in now. It's just probably beeswax and pine tar and a couple other things.
Okay.
So,
oh, good. Yeah, Chris and Mary found it, and they showed it to me, and they said, "Ah, have you ever seen that?" Haka Universal. I had to admit I'd never even heard of it.
Well, I
told them I'd bring it over and show it to you.
I might even have a tube of it down cellar. I don't know, or a couple tubes.
Maybe you left it up behind the cabin up there at Heller's.
Yeah, I could. Yeah. I can't think of anybody else who would.
No, I bet it. Yeah.
Doesn't that look sort of like pine tar and you know?
Yep.
And.
Oh yeah, it definitely got beeswax in it, doesn't it?
Pine tar, paraffin, beeswax. Yeah.
For sure, it's got beeswax. That's crazy.
Yeah, and pine tar, and that's probably a certain mixture. And I don't think they need anything else. They must have been using that in the 30s.
Really, that old?
You know, the Smith Johansson. Have you ever seen any of that wax? They had a dry wax. Came in a bar, like a candy bar, looked a little bit like candy. They have a dry wax and wet wax. And if your wax didn't work, one of those waxes didn't work in one of those conditions, you said, "Oh, I mean the tourists, we're not going to go skiing." We didn't use it for race. We didn't use it for racing. But once again, you couldn't find something in wet snow to go. You go to Smith Johansson, put it on. That was Jack Rabbit's son who started that factory. Yeah. Herman Smith Johansson, and Bob, his name was Bob, the guy that started the factory. Unfortunately, that guy died when he was a kid, only in his 60s. And Herman, you know, Jack Rabbit was still alive, but amazing. So Bob Johansson started this, and you got to know, the Norwegian, you got to know that was mostly pine tar and beeswax, and the, you know, it worked pretty good, pretty well.